Well, Haley, I haven't had time yet to go out and wash dishes. Very excited.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited
you didn't run
now.
home in the break.
No, I thought about making some dirty dishes to wash. I love washing dishes. I talked about that. No, I don't. I love clean dishes.
Yeah.
I'm excited to maybe have some once. It's a concept I'd love to have. Anyway, you're listening to the Repcolite Home Improvement Show. I'm Dan Hansen.
I'm Haley Johnson. We're kind of on a theme now. We've
From here on
departed
out.
from the cleaning, and now it seems like we're talking about using things for other purposes than what they were initially meant for.
Exactly. We're going to talk about using a number of different products for completely unintended purposes.
Yes.
And as crazy as that sounds, it's going to be really practical. And some of it is happening all over the place right now. For example, the last half of the show, we're going to be talking about using plywood
as a finish material
in your interior design.
Yeah.
Right? Plywood, just lather on a clear coat, and there you go. It's beautiful, ready to go.
Done.
Kitchen cabinets, all of that. People are doing that. We're going to talk about that.
It's very polarizing.
Yeah, talk about what we think about it
Yeah.
and some things to think about if you're going to do it.
Right.
All right? That's plywood being used in an unintended manner.
Right.
Right now, let's talk about Bath & Spa from Aura. It's a Benjamin Moore product, and as the name would imply,
it's normally a bathroom paint.
Exactly. And from our point of view, it's the best. It's the only bathroom paint you should ever even consider.
Yep. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I've used it in my bathroom. And the beautiful thing about Aura Bath & Spa is that it's a matte finish, which is unheard of, really, as a bathroom sheen. Normally, we're looking at like a satin finish, something that's a little bit shinier because we've got to resist all that moisture.
Exactly.
So it's really strange to have a matte finish in a bathroom.
For years, we would tell people, no.
Right.
You just cannot. We pry the cans out of their hands. You can't put a matte finish in a bathroom. Now you can, and you still get all of the benefits of a shinier paint, all the moisture resistance and more.
Better, honestly. When I had a satin finish on the walls in my bathroom, I would still see, like the steam run lines that gather on the walls after I've, not turned the fan on and steamed up the bathroom. And now there's all these lines running down the wall. That was with a satin finish. I'm using a matte finish now with Aura Bath & Spa. Have never seen steam on the walls.
Still not turning on the bathroom fan?
It's kind of broken, to be honest.
Okay. Kind of broken. All right.
It works sometimes.
All right.
And sometimes it just makes a really awful sound.
Yeah.
So I avoid it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Ours does that. I kind of like that awful sound. It tunes out any fighting that I might hear outside, and I can't hear anything. Of course, I guess it also tunes out anybody yelling, "Dad, fire, get out." All of that will be faded out too. But I do have my few moments of peace and tranquility if I can get used to the rattle of the fan. Anyway, back to Bath & Spa. There are a number of problems that happen in a bathroom. All kinds of things. Surfactant leaching, just kind of a little brown, silvery.
Yeah, like an amberish, or people have described silvery kind of bleed through.
Right, it just comes out moisture, draws it out of paint. It's a natural thing in paint. Surfactants are...
It's basically like a soapy material.
Right, and sometimes that's drawn to the surface by moisture, excessive moisture. All of those problems that we get are solved by going to Bath & Spa.
Exactly.
And you get the matte finish. All of that is a benefit. The matte finish. Talk about that really quickly.
Yeah, why would you even want
that,
a matte finish? I think is probably what some people are thinking. Like, well, I don't really need a matte finish. Why would I want it? It's going to be harder to clean. All of those things. I love a matte finish because I love color. And what we may not realize if we've got eggshell on the walls or satin on the walls is largely what we're looking at sometimes is the sheen.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really able to fully just be absorbed into the color on the wall like you are with a matte finish. And I honestly didn't realize this until I had painted one room matte and one room eggshell. And the difference...
Same color, though.
Yeah, was really incredible. So I'm a huge fan of matte finishes now.
Right. If you're really picky about color, you're going to get your best representation of that color with a matte finish. That's why matte finishes are nice to work with. And they also hide imperfections.
Yes.
They are just easier to work with than a shinier paint.
It's
so
true.
All of that is wrapped up in Aura Bath & Spa, and it gives you the perfect bathroom paint.
Yes.
Now,
truly.
A couple of things. We talked about using it in an unusual manner.
Right.
So let's get to where we're going with that. And there's a couple of interesting facts that you want to grab about Bath & Spa. First off, Bath & Spa has a noticeably lower sheen than Aura Matte. So even though they're both matte finishes, the Bath & Spa has a lower sheen yet. So it's a flatter matte finish.
Yeah, it's closer to a flat that we see in other products.
Right. So that's an important thing. The other important thing is that Bath & Spa can be used in any room. Repcolite makes a product called Metal Clad. It's an oil-based interior, exterior paint. It's got rust-inhibitive characteristics. Metal clad, right?
Yeah.
Well, at one point, that was our go-to recommendation if you needed to use a semi-gloss oil outside, for wood or whatever. Right. And so many conversations we'd have to have in the store.
But it says metal.
Yes. My wood is not metal. No, I know your wood's not metal. Most wood isn't, but this will work on that. No, I need the wood-clad paint.
Yes.
No, it can be used on both. Yeah. Bath & Spa can be used outside of the bathroom, believe it or not. And in fact, we've got a growing number of contractors who are doing just that, using Bath & Spa on every interior job, all throughout the house.
Right.
And they've been
Living
doing it
room,
for years.
Kitchen, bedroom, dining room, anywhere where you would want that matte finish, they're using the Aura Bath & Spa because, like you said, it's got a little bit of a lower sheen, and it's also the most cleanable matte you're going to find.
Right. Now, we need to clarify what we mean by that. It's the lowest sheen that you're going to get with good washability.
Exactly.
If you're looking for that balance, I want the lowest sheen but still the most washable, Aura Bath & Spa is actually going to be that for you. Now, that doesn't mean that it washes as well as other finishes. A high gloss finish is going to always wash better than any kind of an eggshell or a matte or anything. The shinier you go, the more washability you gain. But you also gain all that shine. I mean, you see imperfections very quickly that way. It's harder to work with.
Too, if you've got heavily textured walls, all that sheen is doing is showing that off even more. And if you're not a fan of texture on the walls, you're going to want to hide it. And how you do that is with a lower sheen.
Right. So with Aura Bath & Spa, with other low sheen finishes, but Aura Bath & Spa is the flattest that I've got that's still going to give you good washability. You're going to hide imperfections. So imagine you've got maybe a long hallway, or a long room with windows at one end, and maybe the drywall isn't
not
done perfectly, right? Or maybe there's nail pops or something like that, or nails that you've patched and all of that, nail holes that you've patched. All of those things will show up with shinier paints.
Yep.
Even a matte finish can have a little bit of a sheen to it, and you can see those areas. Or a Bath & Spa matte finish is less sheen, so all of that's going to be hidden. That's why people are starting to use this in more places than just the bathroom. So we already said to think about it this way, that it's the lowest possible sheen with the highest washability.
Yep.
Keep that in your mind. Or a Bath & Spa, that's what you get. Now, we have to have a science section. Now, I know it's really early. It's really early on a Saturday morning for a science section, but Aura Bath & Spa also has extra antimicrobial additives that regular Aura doesn't have, because it's made to go in a bathroom.
Exactly.
So right off the bat, you've got that going for you as well. But it also has nepheline cyanide. All right? As a filler. And I butchered that.
I'm proud of you for saying that, Dan.
Nepheline cyanide as a filler. I'm not going to go into all kinds of technical stuff, but the bottom line is this. Nepheline cyanide is an extremely high-quality filler. Paints all use these kinds of things. Aura Bath & Spa is using this particular one, which is extremely high quality.
Right.
And it gives Bath & Spa a lot of premium characteristics. Basically, you're going to get great stain resistance, excellent washability, and resistance to burnishing.
Which is like when you clean the wall or rub the wall, you could end up with a shiny spot in lower finishes sometimes. Like other matte finishes or a flat finish, you get burnishing. It's just knocking down the solids to the point where you're revealing more resin, and now you've got a shiny spot.
Yeah. So you don't like that? Nobody wants burnishing?
Nope.
Aura Bath & Spa resists all of that because of this high-quality additive that's in there. On top of all of that, it's Aura. And we've talked about Aura plenty of times on the show. Benjamin Moore's Aura gives you extreme hide and coverage.
Yeah, it is their premium product. So you're going to get the best durability, the best hide, the best color retention. Everything that Aura has, you're going to get in Aura Bath & Spa.
Yeah, so the label says Bath & Spa, but that doesn't mean it's just for your bathrooms or your spas or whatever you've got going. It's great for all kinds of situations like we talked about. So to wrap up, who's it for? Who is Aura Bath & Spa for? Well, first off, primarily, if you're painting a bathroom, there's no other paint really to consider. I think this is going to solve I mean,
it's just so worth it. For a small space to invest in a higher quality product that's going to solve problems before they even start is a really nice guarantee.
So bathroom painting or a bath and spa, that's for you. If you're looking for a finish that applies and covers really nice, that hides imperfections and still cleans up fairly well, or a bath and spa would be for you. If you're a painting contractor who's using a competitive flat paint because Aura Matte was just too shiny for you, because we mentioned Aura Matte's a little bit shinier. If you've stayed away from Benjamin Moore products for that reason, here's a matte finish that's probably going to outperform what you're already using. So check it out. All right. Anything else on that, Haley, or did we wrap that up nicely?
I think it's tied with a bow.
All right, we're going to take a break. Our Grand Rapids listeners are going to get news and all of that at the bottom of the hour. The Detroit listeners are going to get a Repcolite Rewind, which is always exciting. That's coming up. And then right after that, we'll be back in the studio talking about plywood as an interior design choice.
It'll be a fun conversation.
It's going to be great, and it's next. Stay tuned.